What is going on, YouTube? My name is VitaminDStain, and welcome back to some, what the frick is this game called? Kinkoi Golden Loveriche. It's been like 1,000 years because you already know me. I've been back and forth just like your mom. I know. And I was like, oh, I feel like playing a visual novel today. It's been, you know, last time we played a visual novel was 4 months ago when we finally finished certain manga. And then I was like, I want to play a visual novel. And then I'm like, let's play Cafe Stella. We were almost done with it, and it's the oldest visual novel here on the channel. I was like, nah, I don't feel like doing Cafe Stella. So, yeah. And to be honest, I don't remember how the last episode ended. Well, kind of. I actually do kind of remember. It's been an entire year since I recorded that. Almost. You know, I recorded it in March of last year before the whole moving out and stuff. But still, it's been quite a while since we've touched this visual novel. And so basically based off of what I see right here, I'm assuming that it's giving us a choice on which route we want to start off with. Now, I don't know if there's any tips or tricks or if there's anything I need to do. But all I know is I love all three of them. They're really great. If you were to tell me which, I wouldn't be able to tell you. The one thing, though, about this woman right here, though, she's kind of stupid sometimes. And I'm like, my patience could never. But anyways, if you've not seen the previous episode... If you're not seen the previous episode, go ahead and watch it, please. Let's see. Inni, Minnie, your mom's a hoe. I don't know. It's between these two. I know I want to do her probably last. Alright, let's just do it from left to right. F it. We're going to do Sylvie first. Sylvie route. I'm assuming this is the route selection, which is really cool. Sylvia le cruz crown sorte li si soi. What about her? Uh-huh. What's going on? Oh, okay. Was her name obnoxiously long and difficult to... remember? Okay, what's going on here? Oh, it's by click by the mouse. Whoops. I kept thinking spacebar. Just because she was a princess? Yeah, a dumb one. Something told me that a long time ago. Sylvie. Ugh. Jesus Christ, that is so loud. My eardrums are about to burst out of my head. Go down, please. There we go.
Hi.
It was way shorter. Oh, but...
Hi.
Maybe there were people who used her name proper. Sylvie. Why does she sound like she's 5? I don't like that. Can we stop doing that, please? And it's obnoxiously loud, too. I hate it.
Sylvie. Hi. Soma-kun.
We were far too friendly in how we spoke to a princess. I guess there was no real way of avoiding that, though. At the time, Sylvie hadn't introduced herself as a princess in the first place. She said she was from abroad, and her shockingly cute appearance made me wonder if she was actually a princess. To be honest, there was love at first sight. Don't cap. There was no avoiding it. If you asked me, she had stolen around 99% of the hearts of the boys there. Everyone paid attention to her. But if they got to know how dumb she is, I'd probably be a little turned off by that. But she was a foreigner, and Sylvie's Japanese was poor enough back in those days that it was awkward to talk to her. So not a single person would speak to her. Yeah? Sweating. What's with you? For real? I was about the only boy she was close to, wasn't I? If you were to ask why I was the only one she got friendly with, the plain and simple answer was that I had gotten lucky. I don't know, man. What's what? It had been several years since our time at camp. It's a ring. We spotted a box bobbing up and down in the water. The word Orohora was inscribed on its pretty packaging. Even children would instantly recognize a wedding ring if they ever watched TV. It took no time at all for us to think to ourselves that we'd found something incredible. Let's grab it. Help me. I jumped at the chance. Hamamatsu Lake wasn't an ocean, but it was large, so the waves were big enough to jostle a tiny box. The box steadily made its way toward the shore. The waves cracked ashore and pushed it further out into the lake by another 2 meters or so. It was too far out to retrieve it by hand, but we were kids at kids camp and had bug catching nets at the ready. Oh, just a little more. That's my almost falling off sound. We may have we may have had tools at our disposal, but we were still kids and our arms couldn't reach far enough. Just a little bit further than I could reach it. But I was still a child, after all. I wasn't sharp enough mentally, either. Owa? Huh? I leaned too far forward and fell in. That's my drowning sound, I think. Yeah. I was still young and my swimming abilities weren't developed enough. Isn't that funny? I actually can't swim. If you throw me in a deep pool, I'll probably die. No, actually, I know how to float, but I can't swim. I was still young and my swimming abilities weren't developed enough. Swimming was banned in this section of Hamamatsu Lake. I didn't know how far, but it was quite deep. It was in a depth where a child's legs reached the bottom, at the very least. Hey! Hey! Oh, whoa. What's the oh, wow? Is that like the drowning sounds? I'm so confused. But it's funny. Oh, wow. Remembering it now terrified me. I couldn't touch the lake floor and the waves rocked against me. It wasn't like I sunk like a rock, but the most I'd ever done was to play by the shoreline. This were more than sufficient conditions for a kid like me, who'd never swam before, to drown. The kid who had been playing with us desperately called out to me, but he panicked and could only manage the struggle. So... Wish. Thank goodness our adorable Sylvia-sama was a sort of tomboy who flung off her dress without care in the world when she saw another person in trouble. Whoop. Sylvia had jumped in, held me in her arms, and I went lax. Yeah. I followed her instructions and held the butterfly net I'd brought along to retrieve the box out toward the shore. Now all the kid on the shore had to do was to pull us in. This was how my romance with Princess Sylvia began. Cap. With Sylvia having saved my life. Looking back on it now, I sure was a moron, still are. Afterward. Yep. It's definitely gold. We opened up the box I'd caught in the net and found the golden Loveriche emblem inside. A part of me believed that, in a certain sense, this was better than the real ring we would have had to turn over to the police. Without a moment's hesitation, I took that golden emblem. I want you to have it. I used it as a present for a princess. And like so, Sylvia and I became friends. I formed a relationship with a princess, someone everyone merely watched from afar, where we referred to each other by the nicknames Sylvia and Ichi. We played a bunch during camp, didn't we? Through the two of us, Sylvia was able to talk openly with the other kids. We were children, after all. Given the opportunity, we'd never be opposed to playing together, whether she was unparalleled beauty or a princess. If Sylvia had enjoyed that camp, then I was positive a certain percentage of that was thanks to me. Not that I wanted her to feel grateful after saving my life, though. Anyway, these were roughly my and Sylvia's memories. Ah, and one more thing. The person who was with us at the time who worked so hard to grab that box, the person was who? Cough noise? Now, don't be so uptight, Soma. Oh, would you look at that? What a shame that they're not that close anymore, those two. Soma and the princess. Wait, I have a question. This brings the question. Does that mean, or probably not, or I don't know. But if someone knows, please tell me. I would like to know. Does Ria have a root? Does she? I feel like maybe there's a secret root, which is her. At least that's what I heard, something like that. Or maybe I heard wrong or understood wrong. Or I don't know. I don't know. But if there's a real root, please tell me. I would like to play it. Ria's a fun character. You were there with us back then too, weren't you?
思い出したか。
What an incredible coincidence.
俺もそう思う。
Childhood friends had finally reunited 10 years later. There were pretty long odds of that happening all on its own if you asked me, but for one to unknowingly find another and then to happen upon the third childhood friend by being their neighbor at the same academy? Just how astronomical were those odds? I'm starting to remember bits and pieces about Sylvie, but my memory is super fuzzy when it comes to you.
こっちは普通に思い出してたけどな。屋上でお前と初めて会った時すでに。
I'm sorry. Dang it, you should have said something. That's strange though. Wasn't the other person with us back then a guy?
生まれてこの方チンコ生えてた期間はねえけど。
I don't know. Some people do grow dick. Are you sure you didn't grow a pee-pee, Ria? Sorry.
この点は怒ってない。こっちはお前が俺のこと男だと思ってたところまで覚えてるから。なんで俺がそう待ってあだ名になったか覚えてるか？お前がなんだよリアって女みたいな名前だなとか言うから、相馬の方だけみんなに広まったんだぞ。
I'm sorry.
それまで私だったのを俺にしたり、俺も俺でノリノリだったけどさ。
Was her gruff manner of speaking my fault too? Ria flicked the ashes off of her cigarette.
こっちこそ謝るべきかもな。シルビーも相馬くんは男の子って思ってるっぽい。あいつの誤解だけでも早めに解いてべきだった。
I can't remember because this was almost a year ago for me, but you guys should be able to remember. I'm pretty sure on the last episode Sylvia had said that Soma was a dude, and we were like, oh my god, like she's into someone else, but it turns out she probably fell in love with Ria thinking Ria was a dude. Okay, that makes sense.
お前の恋路を邪魔する気はないんだ。すまん。
Wait, nah, a three-way. Nah, the conversation had doubled back to an awful point.
にしてもシルビー、10年間も俺のこと思ってたのか。悪いことした。俺にチンポがついてれば答えてやってもいいんだけど。
Hey, Ria, chill. You're being so lighthearted. Come on.
iPS 細胞をどうたらすると女でも生やせるって本当かな？
They've gotten as far as producing sperm from ovums, but they don't have the technology to grow genitals yet. Actually, yeah, something I'd like to ask about that.
Huh?
Why are you avoiding Sylvie? They were childhood friends, but Ria never went out of her way to see her. In fact, based on our conversation just now, she'd essentially been avoiding Sylvie for over a year now. Could that also be why she'd be saying she was suspended and not going to school at all?
別にあいつだけが理由じゃない。あんまりたくさんに顔見られると気づくやつが出てくるかもだし。気づかれたらめんどくせえからな。城ヶ崎にも龍蔵寺にも迷惑がかかる。
Huh?
なんでもない。
Are you sure?
こっちもこの10年でいろいろ事情があんだよ。あんま聞くな。
Yeah. She turned me away completely. I wonder that those things were, but knew she'd never tell me. Well, it would cause problems for everyone from Sortilege if she wanted to go see the princess and told her, I'm your childhood friend, now that she was an open delinquent and smoking addict. Ria put out her half-smoked cigarette in her portable ashtray then.
俺はお前とシルビーがくっつけばいいと思ってる。
Why?
だからどんな協力でも惜しまないぞ。
No.
困ったことがあれば言え。
Are you sure you don't have a PP?
iPS も使う気ないから。
Oh, okay, for sure. Just wanted to be sure. She whipped her face away. She must have been shy. That was like her. Thanks, Ria. I really was grateful for I really was grateful for what she had told me. But the issue was it actually feasible for me and Sylvia to get together? Oh, come on, buddy. Why are these protagonists so stupid, man?
金色ラブリッ
Yeah, what she said.
ツねえねえ、オーラ
Our favorite moron. My relationship with Sylvie was...
ねえ、イチ
Again, what's up? Even he gets annoyed by her, bro. Jesus Christ. Fundamentally unchanged. Sylvie looked entertained like always, too. Everyone around us was all smiles Everyone around us was all smiles as they watched from afar, almost like nothing had changed.
しばらく悩んだけど決められないわ。これからあなたのことなんて呼ぼうかしら。イチって呼びたいけど、これまでオーラって呼んできて急に変えるのもおかしな感じよね。
Either's fine, really.
よくないの。
She wagged her head side to side. Sylvie looked like she was having fun, almost like a little kid.
私ね、オーラのことが大好きなの。
市松殿、困ります。
I did not do nothing. Telling me that isn't going to help anything.
でも、イチのことも大好きなのよ。
市松殿。
I told you this is out of my hands.
なんていうのかしら、こういうの。二人の大好きな男の子に挟まれてるみたい。どっちで呼ぶかでどちらか選ばなきゃいけない感じ。悩むわ。どうしたらいいかしら。
Sylvie was all worked up. Do whatever you want. I turned away. I'd probably blush if I hadn't. Quit saying, I love you so much, you gorgeous princess.
なるほどなるほど。二人の往路に詰め寄られて喧嘩をやめて二人を止めて私のために争わないで状態なわけね。
Come on, it's not like that. That was dicey for adult reasons too, so knock it off.
レーナ、何かいい案はない？こういう時はやっぱ間を取るといいんじゃない？間を取る。ねえ、イチロ。
Alright, that was kind of good. I wouldn't call mashing my names together as good middle ground.
いいと思わない？イチロって。いいね。メジャーリーグで殿堂入りしてそう。
That's kind of an honor, but knock it off. Sudden change is pretty iffy for me.
じゃあそうさんな。全く違う呼び方とか。全く違う？本人に決めてもらおっか。オーロ、シルビーに呼ばれ方のリクエスト。
Let me think. If I had to pick, I'd go with... No! These are all bad! These are really bad. Why can't I type my own thing? No. Darling is... Alright. Darling is probably the least cringy one out of both the Master and Oni-chan. That's so weird. Sorry, I shouldn't... You know what? If you're into that whole Oni-chan fetish, alright, you know what? I'm sorry, but it's just... I'm just like... No, just me. I wouldn't let any of these slide, but you know what? I'm gonna go with the least cringy one. Because this ain't master and slave thing. This ain't no brother and sister thing, because that's really weird. Darling.
Darling?
Yup. Doesn't it sound great, honey?
なんだか身近になった気がするわ。おそれの選択だね。何？アメリカドラマとか好きな人？
アメリカドラマ。I was trying to pick the safest option. Seriously? Quite literally, Odo read my mind.
ね、ダーリン。
What is it, honey?
楽しいわ、これ。
It's not that fun.
よーし。これからあなたのことはダーリンって呼ぶのに決定。
ダメです。
The scary one found this.
どうして？いいと思うわ、ダーリンって。
同学年にダーリンと呼ぶ異性がいるなどと世間に知れたら国が動くレベルのスキャンダルになります。お控えを。
Oh, thank God, Ella, she came in with the clutch. Yes. Well, not much we can do about it.
当然の権利のようにハニーとか呼ぶのは言語道断です。
I'm sorry. I got a little carried away.
決まらないわね。
Oh no, not this again.
別にオーロでいいじゃん。最近まで使ってたんだから。
Yeah, just go with that, Sylvie. I'm used to it.
了解。そうね。
Oh, thank
Oh,
God, thank
oh.
God, thank God. Does that mean if I had gone with master and Oni-chan, we would have like got stuck with Odo anyways? That's good. That's really, really good. Oh God, I wasn't ready for the cringe after that.
イチは私の心の中にいるの。もう10年も前の大好きだった男の子なのよ。
I'd be mad uncomfortable. Still made me as shy as ever.
にしても、オーロとシルビーがね。
Why is she looking like that? So we had been going around talking about it enough that our relationship had leaked to outside parties.
キャンプでみんなから遠慮されていた私をみんなの輪に加えてくれた恩人なの。この教室で言うならレーナみたいな感じかしら。
Are people still being modest around Sylvie even now?
ちょっとね。
Come to think of it, I guess Reina was about the only one in class who spoke to her casually.
最初のうちはちょっとみんなと壁があったわ。でもレーナが話しかけてくれて、そこから普通にみんなとも喋れるようになったの。ねえ。
Yeah, there weren't many who spoke to her freely, but she could hold an ordinary conversation with the girls in class when she had the slightest opportunity during lessons or otherwise. I guess you could say she was of place, but not isolated.
で、オーロとシルビーは幼なじみで、エルチンはどうなん？フラグあり？
Elechin?
私は当時日本には来ていませんので。
フラグ未遂か。
Are you sure you didn't actually attend the camp when you were little? Or set any flags like that yourself?
うちの親が町内会のキャンプなんてお金かかるもんに行かせてくれるわけないじゃん。
Heartbreaking.
他に誰かいないの？わからないの。当時のみんなは名前こそ覚えているけれど、身元までは知らないから会いたいんだけどな。特に相馬くん。
Was gonna tell her he doesn't have a male reproductive organ. Sylvie whispered that quietly. Her precious Soma-kun was my next door neighbor. Not being able to tell Sylvie was frustrating, but Ria didn't want her to know.
でも
What?
会えるかもしれないわ。
Yep, him. Huh?
まだ確かめたわけじゃないから何とも言えない。別人かもしれないけれど、相馬くん会えるかもしれないわ。イチに続いて見つけちゃったもの。
Huh? Did she know about Ria? Well, that wasn't totally surprising given that she was also a student here, and her full name, Soma Ria, was on the school's official registry. Zoe flitted a glance my way. She's so weird. I can't tell like if she actually likes Oro or if she likes the other dude. I don't know. She's weird. She simply shot me a mischievous smile and wouldn't say a word. But it was an insinuating smile for sure. What kind of smile? How insinuating are we talking? That afternoon. Afternoons at Noble Academy were mostly free periods set aside for expertise training.
そういえばオーロ君、結局エキスパートプランは何に参加するか決まったのね。
Hey, our boy Kikuchiyo. Yeah, I did.
ズバリそれは。
Skip.
オーロ君。
Don't get me wrong, Kikuchiyo. This is extremely important training for my future. Japanese people work too much, but there are those who earn money while slacking off and taking it easy. Sometimes those are the kinds of people who lead long, healthy lives free of stress or illness. My point being, they lead ideal lifestyles. I'm going to master the art of slacking off without worrying about getting caught while I'm still a student so I can eventually get my hands on that easygoing lifestyle.
あまりよろしくない発想かと思います。
Whoa, can I get the noble to butt out? This is a reality for commoners, and only the most clever can lead such relaxed lives. You nobles are the ones who made society that way. That's the most us commoners have to look forward to, because nobles, the same ones who designed it that way, all look down on us. Before you deny another person's way of life, why don't you take a good look at what all of you have done?
その通りです。僕としたことが目が曇っていました。庶民の方々は貴族なしにも生きていけますが、貴族は庶民なしには生きていけない。おお、なんてことなんだ。目が覚めました、オール君。
Right. I was just putting together a random argument, but it apparently shocked him.
現状を分析し、その中で最善の生き方を選んだあなたに、周りに流されてばかりの僕から言うことは何もありません。
I forget how bad he is with like the jokes and stuff.
僕もまた自分の生き様を見つめ直します。
Don't brood over it too much. Had I touched some sort of weird nerve? Oh well, it's all good.
いいことありますか？
What? A certain girl from a different school year had appeared. Oh, didn't she try to whip us like 2 episodes ago? That was pretty wild. That's a whole master and slave situation.
さっきから黙って聞いていれば、サボタージュにつらつらと大層な理由をつけますこと。
I forget how annoying she is. Kikuchi attacked on the last part on his own.
ゲロー、あなた、曲がりなりにもお姉様のご友人ですのよ。
Yep, we're very aware.
自覚がございまして。
Well, yeah.
あなたの恥ずかしい所業は、そのままお姉様の恥になりますのよ。ご覧なさい。
She pointed outside.
りゃー
Oh, her.
あかねちゃん、準備運動からそんな飛ばさなくても。すいません、魂が燃えちゃって。今日はカバレロ様はお休み。そんな。
だからこそ今日腕を磨いて次お会いするとき褒めてもらうんです。
さて、社交ダンス部行くよ。今日も華麗なターン決めちゃおうかね。性格は豪快なのに趣味は繊細ですよね、先輩って。青春に打ち込む姿はどれも美しいでしょ。
You sound just like a principal, Mina-chan.
いらっしゃい。ちょうどよろしいですわ。その腐った少年を叩き直すためにもちょうどいい場所があります。
Why is she so spicy? She grabbed me by the scruff of my neck. And why is she so strong? Where are we going?
座禅部というのに誘われておりますの。
You can find just about anything at this academy. Drag. She pulled me along with her. Oh, wow. What do they do here?
その名の通り、座禅を組み、精神を集中させるところですわ。
明鏡止水です、市松殿。
Yada-san, you're here too?
ここには時々お世話になっているのです。護衛は集中力の必要な作業ですから、精神を静まらせ、鋭敏な直感を養う修行になる。禅の精神、奥が深いです。
Seeing a blonde-haired foreigner practice Zen teachings was like something out of a TV show.
集中なさいゲロ。心を静め、無にするのです。できないと痛いですわよ。
カット！
Just slapped the crap out of her? Akane-chan got struck in the shoulders by that long pole. Oh, okay. Yeah, she did it. Ouch. She went from running around the sports field 1 second to Zen meditation the next. What a busy girl.
心を鎮めるって苦手です。だって魂がいつも燃えてますから。ファイヤーです。
修行が足らん。
ああなりますわよ。
Oh. I'm sure Akane-chan has especially little concentration though.
修行するでない。
Uh-oh. I had heard long poles only sounded strong, but it hurt when you actually got smacked with one.
集中です、市松殿。ここに来たということは、あなたにも何か自分に向き合いたいことがあるのでしょう。それと向き合う時間です。
I just got dragged here by Mina-chan actually. Well, whatever. I closed my eyes. As long as I kept silence, this quiet space was perfect for thinking. A lot had happened recently, after all.
集中に入りましたね。さすがです。
やればできるじゃありませんの。この男、決してポテンシャルが低いわけではない。あのお姉様が気に入るんですもの。当然ね。ですがお姉様は人のすることに口を出すのは苦手。それでは困りますわ。ソルティレージュ第9王女たるお姉様がそばに置くなら、それなりの素養を備えていなくては。
That doesn't sound fun.
私が磨いて差し上げます。
それにしても完全に気配が無です。凄まじい集中力。
一体何を考えているんですの？
He fell asleep.
寝れてない。
Ouch!
まあ、こんなオチだと思いましたわ。
困ったものです。
Wait, they've been whispering to each other this whole time, but they didn't get hit.
お姫様を叩くとか怖いじゃん。
I see. Oh no. After school. Yep. My shoulders are killing me.
ザ全部言ってきたの？
I got a taste of the depths of this academy. Where the heck even was that temple-like clubroom?
修行中の坊主とかならともかく、禅をみんなで集まってやろうって発想がそもそも禅からは外れてるけどな。
Are you into that kind of thing?
寝てていいなら、始まって1分で集中して10時間はいける自信がある。
That's a talent in its own right. We headed up to the water tank. How many times had we been together like this? We didn't even talk about anything. We just idled around and waited for golden time. Zen meditation and whatnot did leave you with a pretty clear mind, in my opinion. Yeah, especially if you fall asleep. Oh, by the way, about Sylvia.
Hmm?
Whispering naturally wasn't off limits. She may have seen through you.
マジ？
She said something like, I found Soma-kun. Did she see you walking around or something?
あー、
Rhea had some pretty flashy hair, but she didn't wear makeup or anything. Depending on how sharp her memory was, Sylvie probably recognized Rhea as her childhood friend with one good look at her face. Which was more than what I could say.
そっか、この前。
You met her?
お前もその場にいたじゃん。
Huh?
お、来た。
Our conversation was cut short. It was in that brief moment when the day turned to night, and the world was seized, and the world was encased in gold. This was the one time where the two of us fell silent no matter what. That was just how powerful this beautiful sight was. Didn't self-important artists and the like say it often? The most powerful force in the world wasn't nuclear energy or money, but beauty. According to them, beauty contained power which exceeded everything else. For me, I preferred Cash featuring Yukichi Sensei's portrait more than the Mona Lisa. This was the only time where that sentiment made sense. Beauty held tremendous power and value. I understood why people from long ago valued a particular currency that couldn't be eaten or weaponized, but those sole worth was in sheer beauty. Gold.
ゴールデンタイム。
Hmm?
今がちょうどいい時期なのかもな。あいつに会いに行くためのちょうどいい時間なのかも。
Yep. So what are you gonna tell her?
金色ラブリッチェ。
Oh no. During class. The details of these lessons tailored to those with a T-score over 70, which I couldn't begin to understand as I went into one ear and out the other.
カリカリカリ。
Sylvia was seated in front of me and diligently taking notes. She let out a shriek. Ooh. It was immediately clear to me in the seat near her. It was a wasp and an unseasonably massive wasp at that. It had gotten into the classroom through the skylight, likely in search of refuge from the cool November weather.
スズメバチ
Wasps don't normally... Whoa! The bug freely buzzed its way around the room.
あ、こっち来た。
あー怖い。
うわー、でかでか。
The entire classroom instantly bugged out. Paper wasps weren't especially dangerous, but they were so much more gigantic than honeybees that they were simply scary.
静かにしなさい。
The uproar only spread despite the teacher's attempts.
みんな落ち着いてください。
One brave woman stood up to exterminate it. But the wasp must have sensed the knight's bloodlust and promptly sped up towards the skylight it came in through. Or put it another way, towards Sylvie.
あら、
シルビー様。
The wasp bolted straight for Sylvie. Snatch.
おお。
Huh? So I grabbed it without thinking. Oh, bad idea. Ow! And for my trouble, I got stung in the palm. I hurled the wasp at the window after slamming into it. The wasp tottered its way out of the window. Ah, ouch.
ほら、刺されたの？
Yeah, sure did. Yeesh, I can't even stand shots. Give me a break here.
どうしましょう。エル、病院に連絡。
はい。
What? The school nurse's office will be fine. The school nurse's office will be fine.
保健室ね。わかったわ。先生、私とオールは早退します。はい。
No, I can go. Ah! She dragged me along by the hand.
やるじゃん、オーロ。
ええ、今回ばかりは感謝しかありません。
Huh? Why?
それにシルビー様のためと見るや自分の怪我も顧みずかばった。このとっさの判断力が素晴らしい。
Oh, okay.
騎士員に欲しいくらいです。
よかった。オーロが死んでしまうかと思ったわ。
Those are wasps. That was pretty dangerous, huh? According to the nurse, Shiromiya Sensei, paper wasps were a species not unlikely to cause death through anaphylactic shock. I had an idea what anaphylactic shock was. That thing where you're fine on the first sting, but your life could be in danger on subsequent stings due to the antibodies produced, right? I would apparently have to be careful going forward.
ごめんね、オーロ。私のために。
No, it was my own choice.
オーラ、かっこよかったわよ。
I was just showing off, to be honest. Wasn't grabbing a wasp barehanded kind of awesome?
ええ、それに思い出したわ。
Hmm?
昔もこんなことあったなーって。ほらオーラ、キャンプでも私のところに来たミツバチから私をかばって刺されたじゃない。
Huh?
あの時のオーラもかっこよかったわ。オーラ？
I got stung twice? I'm gonna die. That anaphylactic shock or whatever was gonna kill me.
落ち着いて。あの時はミツバチだったから。
I see. That scared me.
今のはかっこよくなかったわ。
Thinking back on it now terrified me. But I really did manage to act cool at critical moments. Oh, that was fun. I was like
シ
grabbed
ル
it
ビ
and
ーを
ate
か
it.
ばって。かっこいいじゃん。
Right? Showed her where I had gotten stung somewhat proudly. What do you think? That's a battle scar right there.
うん。
Amazing, isn't it?
自慢するとこはかっこ悪いな。
Very. How is this getting complicated? Rio giggled in spite of me. By the sound of it, Rio was impressed by what I'd done today, too. It's just a wasp, though. So like, when the wasp swept in to attack Sylvie, the heroic spirit inside of me awakened.
しつけえなこいつ。
You're still talking about it. On the way home with Rhea,
うんうん。ちょっとプリンになってきてるね。
そうですかね。でもこれくらいで染めるってのも。
まあ願掛けに染めてるだけなら気にするほどでもないかな。
spotted Reina and Akane-chan. What are you two talking about?
先輩、お帰りなさいです。
Ah, she went stiff the second she saw Rhea. I see. A pacifist like Akane-chan was afraid of the currently suspended delinquent. She was a nuisance without even speaking a word, so Rhea took her leave. There's probably no need to back her up. More importantly, what's this about roots? I went back to their topic at hand.
はい。
これ
She stroked Akane-chan's hair.
髪が伸びてきちゃって根っこが黒いからさ、どのくらいで染め直すかって。
Reina's dye job was obvious, but it appeared Akane-chan dyed her hair too. Wait, Reina dyed her hair? I forgot about this. Jesus. What had she said again? It's part of her charm or something, apparently. Akane-chan's hair had gotten longer and her dark roots were clearly visible. The contrast between her black and bright colored hair reminded me of pudding. Dyeing hair sounds like a pain.
まあね。オーロって髪染めたことない人？
Nope.
そういや転校してきたばっかりの頃は短かったもんね。染めるほど髪ないか。
私もここまで気を使うとは。
I doubt I'd ever dye my hair. Seems like it's a huge pain. Although I knew people had dyed their hair before, I had no idea why they even bothered.
情けないの二人とも。
Reina shrugged her shoulders, seemingly exasperated.
別に髪を染めろとは言わないけど、おしゃれは人間がする最も原始的な文化行動だぜ。
Someone sounds awfully high and mighty about this. I think you're just trying to show off.
そうだよ。
My retaliatory reply was a little mean, but Reina proudly puffed out her chest and was brimming with confidence. She held up her beautifully dyed hair and said,
かっこつけてる。それだけ。それがいいんじゃん。人間はかっこつけてこそ人間しょ。オーラのそれと同じ。
What? She pointed toward my hand. Oh, okay. Specifically the spot where the wasp had stung me. It was to save Sylvie, so it was a noble cause and not because I wanted to show off.
こっちも可愛いレイナちゃんでいることでオーロやアカネチンを喜ばせようって高尚な理由がある。
I see. When she put it that way, the fact Reina was attractive, cute, and stylish was partially for her own sake, but it was a plus for those around her too. Everyone would have preferred to have a cute girl around rather than an ugly one.
ま、かっこよさで言えばオーロのそれの方が上だけどね。
先輩、その傷どうしたんです？
Akane-chan was more fixated on the wasp, so there was no further discussion on her hair. But strangely enough, Reina's comment lingered in my head. I wonder why. People are human because they show off, huh? I showed off today for Sylvie. I'd gotten hurt, but it had been for her sake. I was satisfied. Are you now? Were you now? People were human because they showed off. I couldn't argue with that logic. Okay. Well, that's nice.
金色ラブリッチェ。
How much time do we have? Still got 9 minutes. Hey. Love that.
どうして俺たちを裏切ったんだよ。
オルくん。
かっこつけたかったのかよ。
Oh. Stop it.
オルくん、どうして？
Stop it! Morning. Mina-chan was by my bedside as I shot upright.
起こそうとしたらやめろと言って飛び起きるとは、なんだか矛盾を感じる目覚めですわね。
Sorry. I was half asleep.
お休みとはいえ、いつまでも寝ているのは褒められませんわよ。
Oh! Yeah. I checked the clock and it was already 9 a.m. I normally got up around 6 for radio calisthenics, so this was pretty leisurely of me. Today was a national holiday, Labor Thanksgiving Day. Wanted to show my appreciation to everyone for their hard work by snoozing away like the carefree student I longed to be, but... Wait, what's wrong, Mina-chan? Didn't you mention that you had work today or something?
この後参りますわ。
Okay, so maybe she's not as little as I thought she was. I thought she was like 10, but I think she's like a teen or something. It may have been a national holiday, but it was business as usual for members of this particular royal family. They apparently had an interview with some musical periodical today. Sylvia was the featured guest, but Mina-chan was going to be part of the photos too. And you could call it work, but they were doing it for free. Their work over the holidays was to promote friendly international relations. Royalty's sure was something else. As for me, not only did I skip radio calisthenics, I had been asleep since Mina-chan said she wouldn't be here today.
お客様がおられるので、出られる格好か見に来ましたの。したらまだぐーぐー寝ているから、ゲロたるんでいますわよ。休日こそしゃっきりなさいな。
Sorry. Scritch. I scratched inside my clothes. It was sloppy of me, but whatever. Mina-chan nagged at me, for some reason, for a short while. I was used to her being witness to my embarrassing moments.
わかるわ。寒くなってきたから、お休みはベッドを抜けられないのよね。
Hey yo, what are you doing in my room? What? Someone I didn't want to see suddenly came out of the woodwork.
たるんでいますね。先日の座禅は精神収容になりませんでしたか。
Oh no, they're all here. 2 of them at that. Why are both of you here?
今言ったじゃありませんの。お客様が来ていると。
Oh.
まあ私のお客ですけれど。すいませんお姉様。ゲローメがお目汚ししましたわ。
It appeared they'd come over to spend time with Mina-chan and wanted to take a peek at my room while they were at it.
これが心配で。あ、でももうあれは引いたのね。
She grabbed hold of my hand that got stung by a wasp. Come to think of it, not only had the medicine I'd gotten from the nurse's office yesterday eliminated the pain, the swelling had started going down already too. Medical science was astounding these days.
一安心だわ。何の話ですの？
Nothing. I felt fine and there was no reason for me to continue acting cool about it now, even if word were to get out. Sylvie seemed to have gotten the picture, read the mood, and dropped the topic.
オーラのお部屋に来るのも久しぶりね。
She switched to a different subject.
ねえねえオーラ、あの指輪の箱はどこ？オローラの箱？
It's next to the TV, top of the DVR.
あった覚えてるキロちゃん。あなたと交換した天使さんはここに入っていたのよ。
Oh, I forgot about that thing.
覚えてないわよね。知らないんだもの。
As usual, Sylvie was off in her own little world. Anyhow, I'm going to get changed. Mind stepping out for a sec?
お早く。
I drove the 3 of them out. Ha, what a hectic morning it had been. I didn't mind if Mina-chan saw me acting weird, especially given how she could be, so I was far more concerned of what Ellie-san and Sylvie thought of me. At the end of the day, I wasn't really the type of guy who liked showing off. Whoops, I'd better push those thoughts aside and get changed. Knowing Sylvie, she might just go, hey, Otto, and barge in before I gave the okay.
ねえねえオーラ。
Half naked.
あら、かわいいパンツ。
姫様いけません。
It'd be wise of me to pretend that never happened and finish getting changed. It's okay now.
ただいま。ごめんね、さっきは。お粗末なものは見せてないでしょうね。
Wretched sights. Maybe I did, but don't blame me for it.
ねえねえ、ほら、それよりこれ、何？
Oh. Sylvie opened the ring box and revealed its contents. It contained 4 silver Loveriche emblems. Mine and Rio's emblems specifically. I'd forgotten they were inside. I'm collecting them. Don't lose them. They're important.
はーい。
After confirming there were 4 there, she quickly popped the lid shut.
これって、あれよね。チョコボーロの。
Yeah, these ones are silver, though. You only need a single golden one, but you can exchange 5 silver emblems for another Kyudo.
ふえ。へ
Ooh.
え。もう4枚も集まってるのね。
I wanted to tell Sylvia that it was only possible due to my collaboration with Soma-kun.
シルビー様から何度か聞いたことがあります。日本のお菓子メーカーのプレゼント企画だとか。
これ、どれくらいの確率で出ますの？
I usually buy 20 packages a year. And have found 2 in the last 10 years. No figures came up when I searched for it online, but I assumed the chances of getting a silver emblem were 1 in 100. Additionally, I had yet to find any reports of someone obtaining a gold emblem.
懐かしいわね。あら。
Sylvia stared straight at me with a sweet smile. It was enough to make me grin too.
何か逸話でも？
It's nothing special.
大したことよ。昔ね、この箱を拾った時、中に金のラブリッチマークが入っていたの。
It sank into the lake, but it managed to somehow stay dry. Maybe someone had just lost it?
箱を見つけたのはオーロだったから、オーロのものになって。
A certain princess looked like she really wanted a gold emblem, so I gave it to her.
あれからよね。私とオーロ、イチが仲良くなったのは。
Yeah. It was through the incident at the lake and that present that I was able to become a princess's friend. A golden Loveriche emblem. I hadn't seen another in the decade since, but it was a cheap price to pay to become friends with a princess. Incidentally, she immediately exchanged it for her prize and it arrived just before Sylvia returned to her home country.
私にとってのキロちゃんは、オーロたちとの友情の証なの。へえ。
何度かお聞きしています。素敵なお話ですね。
でしょ？ふえ。
Sylvie gently held the box against her chest and smiled. I, on the other hand, didn't have any particular attachment to that toy. However, she seemed to be as attached to it as the ring box.
ちょっといい？
Sure. I opened the box back up for her. She didn't ordinarily wear it, but she did apparently carry it with her. She took out the golden ring.
これをね、最後まで確かめられなかったのがずっと心残りだったの。
Plop. There was a pedestal made of white felt inside of the box with a long, thin groove designed to hold the ring. She placed hers inside.
ぴったり。この指輪、この箱に合うように作ったのよ。
へえ、それは初耳です。
Same here.
作ってる途中で他の目的もできたけど。お姉様、そろそろお時間が。あら？
Yeah, didn't you have work? Royalty had it rough, even on holidays.
もっとオーロとおしゃべりしたいのに。年に2回だけ許されてる特別休暇使っちゃおうかしら。
What's that all about?
姫様にはほぼプライベートがありませんので、さすがにどうしてもという時にはどんな用事でもキャンセルしてよいと約束しているのです。
年に2回だけね。
2 vacation days a year, huh? That's pretty abysmal.
ですがシルビー様、急なことでは市松殿にもご迷惑です。
It's fine by me, really.
ダメです。
Sylvia really didn't want to leave. Forcing her to go was a little sketchy, but it didn't make her work any less important. All I could do was climb up and avoid taking sides.
ですがお姉様、今日の取材、龍蔵寺から頼まれてのことではありませんでした？そうだったかしら。
Ryuzoji? Sounds like the name of a temple.
そういう広告会社があるのです。日本では有名なはずですが。
I have no interest in advertising companies.
うちと懇意なところだから頼まれると断れないのよ。
城ヶ崎殿いらっしゃるでしょう。彼女とも縁がありますので。
Jogasaki. If it's that one girl, I think, right? Yeah, now that you mention it. She was the daughter of the president of TV station, wasn't she?
それに彼女もよ、マリア・ビショップ。彼女のテレビ出演なんかは龍蔵寺のマネージャーに通してのものであることが多いわ。
How about that? I had no idea. She gave off this solitary impression, like she was doing everything all on her own. Then again, people like that could never make it on the TV these days. She sounds like a capable person.
扱いきれてるとは言いかねますけれど。
奔放さも売りになるマリア・ビショップ殿と違い、こちらは仕事のキャンセル一つに理由付けが大変です。シルビー様、どうか。
はいはい。ごめんなさい、オーラ。行かなきゃいけないみたい。
Yeah, work is important. This conversation was finally coming to an end. It's like, yes, if you just want to chat, I'll keep you company anytime. Try to see her off with a smile. But,
いつでも？
uh-oh. I planned to lounge around my room all day today, so we can hang out after you get back if you want. Oh. Literal stars in her eyes, look at her. Jeez. That woman. Alright, we're gonna stay right there. Boy, oh boy.
セーブするぞ。
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
タイトル画面ですわ。
Well,
金色ラブリッツェ。
that concludes part whatever of this series. Look, I know what you're thinking. Why visual novels out of nowhere? Look, I just wanted a break from the usual. We've been doing Lethal, then the Spider-Man stuff, and yeah. I was like, you know what? Let's bring it back real quick. There's still so much games I need to finish, and there's so much games I need to get through, and then, you know, it feels like I'm always behind because people are, you know, creators are constantly releasing games, and I'm like, man, I haven't even finished one before they freaking release another one. You know, and when I finished, what was it, Sender and Banca? I don't know who told me. It might have been just the guy. Someone correct me. Just the guy, if you're watching, correct me. Someone had recommended me to play Sabbath Witch. I believe that's the name. It's also a visual novel. And I was like, oh, that sounds great. And I checked it out. But then I'm like, I'm not even going to start it until I finish all the other visual novels that I have, at least. You know, because visual novels are too long. They're literally animes or mangas in one game because it's so much time into them. You know, Sender and Banca, it took us a long time. It was 60 hours of gameplay. Yeah, they're stupid long, as discussed before. But anyways, I'm going to call it an episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Kinkoi. It was a nice little bring back. You know, it's been almost a whole year since I've played it. That's a long time. I'm really happy to be back. I was excited to play this game today because it's been a minute. But anyways, next episode, I'm probably going to upload Spider-Man, and then after that, some more Lethal, and then some more visual novels. I want to make a schedule again, how I had done in my early years of YouTube. I mean, I'm still kind of early, I guess, kind of. I mean, it's only the 4th year, going on to the 5th. But still, you know, I would do a visual novel a week, and then 2 other stuff, other games. You know, it could be a horror game, it could be whatever other games. But it was always a visual novel game a week. I want to do something like that, but then at the same time, I'm like, man, but if I do that with visual novels, I'm never gonna finish them. So I'm gonna try to beat Spider-Man. I'm gonna get back onto the visual novels, and then while I'm doing the visual novels, I'm gonna take a little breaks with the visual novels and do the other RPG games that I've been working on. Like what's the other one? Obvious Story. I really want to finish that game because it's actually pretty dope, and I'm pretty captivated by the story. I'm just very distracted by other stuff. But anyways, that's enough for me ranting and schedules and inconsistent uploads and inconsistent finishes. It's all over the place. I know. That's the type of person that I am, though, unfortunately. Oh, well, take it or leave it. Anyways, I'm out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of... I was about to say Sender Banca. Jesus Christ. Kinkoi. Oh, I forget that there's another game of Kinkoi, too. I forgot about that. This is the first game of the Kinkoi series, and then there's another one. Yeah, oh my god. We have a lot. Anyways, I'm out of here. Y'all stay safe. And as always, until next time, fellas, watch the other videos, please. Until next time, guys.